In. Hope you're doing really well. What happens when you let go? Let go of the need to control any situation. What happens when you rest in what is? When you rest in your natural actions, your natural movements, your natural thoughts? What happens? When you become yourself, when you stop focusing on who you want to be and start to focus on who you are. You can, of course, ask philosophically, who are you? What happens when you act according to how you naturally are? Well, I can tell you what happens. You become yourself. You get more and more restful. You get more and more peaceful. Life becomes easier and easier. And you find out what are your natural inclinations. For me, I've made tons of videos that are sometimes watched by 5 people, sometimes watched by thousands of people, and I don't care. I'm okay with that. I like sharing. That's one of my natural things. I like to learn things, and then I like to share the things that I've learned. And this is a sort of supernatural thing for me to do, not supernatural, but supernatural. It's just my ease and flow. This ease and flow is really, really important to just be with, to find out who are you when you are not trying to be something that you're not, when you're not trying to force yourself to do all these things, these interests, these personal development things, these to-dos, these things that pop up in your head, when you're not led by just your thoughts. Because thoughts come up, they try to control the situation. I should do this, I should do that. And then that has a sort of energetic pull. What if you don't react to that? What happens? Well, oftentimes, maybe the action that came up, let's say a thought came up, I need to vacuum clean my house because it's dusty. Then maybe sometimes when you don't react to that, you just see yourself get the vacuum cleaner and start cleaning. And other times you see yourself maybe still chilling on the couch. Or you see yourself starting something else, making a sandwich. Or writing that email that you postponed. When you stop trying to control yourself via your thoughts, thoughts are not meant to control your life. And that is costing a lot of energy. When you just let go of trying to control life, and of course you start with the small things, let's say vacuum cleaning, if that's a small thing for you, and not the big things like maybe a relationship or work, which society values a lot, let's say, right? Having a relationship, children, having a job, having a pension, that is what tends to be valued. When maybe letting go of that is something for a more advanced version of you, but just in a normal, let's say, weekend day, finding out what is my natural rhythm, what do I actually like to do, what makes sense for me to do. And then when you've done that on the weekend, let's try that in a working day. Maybe there are some things, some appointments, some things that need to be done, but then the rest of the to-dos or the things that come up in your mind, can you just naturally let them be expressed in a day instead of forcing that? An example is, for example, when I started this process, I had the idea that I needed to read every day 30 minutes in the morning before work. I forced myself to do that for a long time. But then at some point, I wanted to find out, who am I? Not who do I want to be, right? That's a big difference. That's the difference between personal development, always striving to be something else than that you actually are, or looking inward and finding out, who am I? What is what I'm naturally doing? What is what I naturally like? And so I found out that I like to read in the evenings and not in the mornings, because I'm not a morning person at all. That is something that is really interesting to find out. Who are you? instead of who do you want to be. And that is maybe scary at the beginning, because the whole idea of who you want to become is in the way of who you are. But when you know who you are, then you can be patient with yourself, with where you're going. And you can know what is my natural step. Let's say, because I started running, I think a year and a half ago. When I started running, what I did from this let go perspective, I just ran. I didn't look at any metrics. I didn't try to become better all of a sudden. No, I was just thinking, what would I naturally run? How would I naturally run? And then I saw that my body was adjusting and slowly making little steps. And then I also saw that my body, some sessions, really wanted to go for a long time, go hard. And then other sessions, my body didn't want to go hard at all. And that when I moved with that, I avoided the standard thing of people that start running, injuries. I didn't get any injuries at all because I was just naturally watching the body, what it wants. Being aligned with what is already. Instead of bringing it to the mental filter, and then the mental filter the thoughts need to come up with what is best for the body. Instead of just letting the body do its thing. This is so interesting that we get in the way all this time. The mind is sort of the middleman to experience. And we can basically get out of the way by letting go of control. I hope that helps, and let me know if you have any questions. Love checking in with you, and much love. Bye.